It's been a while since I have talked about Casper on this channel, and a lot of people keep asking me, Nick, why did you stop talking about Casper? Did you sell your Casper bags? Like, what's been going on here? Well, ultimately speaking, I haven't talked about Casper in a while simply because there has been a ton of news happening around the space that has kind of taken my attention off of Casper. I still hold my bags, haven't sold a single Casper at all. And I still believe that Casper is going to be a very bullish project. In fact, in this video, I'm going to be addressing a lot of things that have happened over just the last, month or so, regarding Casper and the future of Casper as well. So with that being said, welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Nick. For those that are new to the channel, hopefully by the end of this video, you do become a subscriber. And also, before we jump on in, I just want to let you guys know that if you want to utilize a trusted exchange in this space that is fully regulated, 24/7 customer support as well, Caleb and Brown is your best friend. Now, they don't have all of the significant offerings that most exchanges do have, but that is because they are fully regulated, compliant, and this is definitely one of the best exchanges out there, especially if you are in the US. And if you guys do want to utilize their platform, there's going to be a link down in the description below that you guys can sign up with my link and start utilizing their platform today. So if you guys do want to go check that out, you guys are more than welcome to. And with that being said, let's dive on in. Number one with Casper, simply price action, right? So everyone wants to know about the price action, what's going on with the price action, and ultimately speaking, we haven't done much. In the last year, we're down about 59.79%. If we're comparing this to some of the other cryptocurrencies, for an example, let's just look at XRP, okay? I mean, when we look at Casper, this thing is flat. I want you guys to realize that we're doing the same exact move here that XRP did when it had a nice little spike and then it went sideways for well over 3 months. Okay? We are now going sideways for about 2 months. Could we do it for one more month? Sure. Let's see what happens here. But it's definitely clear that Casper has not been an easy hold. And a lot of these easy holds, for example, let's look at ADA, okay? So ADA has been doing a pretty good job in terms of moving. I think it hit it hit 150% here. I want you guys to understand that, ADA at one point was also not an easy hold. I bring up ADA quite a bit to compare to Casper simply because, it's not exactly the same, but it is very similar. And I show you guys that because of 2021, okay? During this time, nobody cared about ADA. Nobody wanted to touch ADA until it started to pump heavily. Right now, nobody cares about Casper. It's very clear that nobody cares about Casper, especially after the recent, negative news. We had the hack, then we have, Prove AI leaving. There's been a lot of things that have been very negative around Casper. So, a lot of people have abandoned Casper. They got rid of their Casper, they gave up on it, and that's totally fine. Listen, it's very easy to do that when it comes to investing. I mean, listen, we don't want anything to mess with our money. It's as simple as that. So when things are looking grim, a lot of people, they just completely abandon, projects, investments, they get rid of things, and it's just to, preserve capital, which I understand completely. But I do think that this is going to be one of those dark horse projects. I think that's going to be very similar to ADA from 2020 into 2021. We do need a lot more price action here, but so far, I have been following the 12-hour chart on Casper ever since we hit those lows back in November. These were all-time lows, peak negativity plus sell pressure, and then from there, we did have a nice little move. I mean, it was nothing crazy, obviously, but it was about a 338% move, which was pretty good. But let's be honest here. Most of us did not buy our Casper down in this area, okay? Most of us actually bought our Casper somewhere between these levels up here throughout the entire bear market, okay? So this move here, this whole move from like November into December or so, that was absolutely nothing for us. So as we look at this price action, are we brewing for another big move? And so far, it does look as though we are. Okay, we're kind of in this nice wedge where we're just chopping and we're chopping. And typically, this is all pressure, which is why I said we could brew for yet another month, which I would not mind. And this would get tighter and tighter until we finally get that big move to the upside. Now, when we get that big move, it's not going to be in one swift action. In fact, what's going to happen is we're going to break to the upside, probably hit a little bit of resistance somewhere around, these wicks back here. And then from there, we will retest that trend line, that upper trend line, and then continue. On this next move, we should clear the previous highs at around almost 3 cents. And from there, we should flip all of these lows from the bear market lows. So we should flip this level itself, which we already have flipped previously, but we will get a strong macro close over it. When I say that, I mean more so on the weekly. We will close over that level, and then we go and target the previous major wicks. I'm looking more so at the May of 2022 wick at about roughly, 3 cents itself. It's not a huge gain off of the bear market lows itself, but it is a substantial level to clear and find support above. After that, we mainly just really target some of these highs here. So we're talking about like almost 4 cents. Then we're talking about 5.5 cents, followed by about 6.5 cents. After that, we target the December of 2021, November of 2021 highs at about roughly 24 cents. So upside potential here is definitely good in terms of Casper, but we have a lot of work to do. And I think that that's, very clear from where we are at on this chart. Now, I haven't really been looking at the USD or USDT chart all that much. I've mainly been looking at the Bitcoin chart for some strength. Now, again, a lot of work to do here, mainly looking at those liquidity wicks. There's quite a bit of them, honestly. And, they look like this, where we have a substantial liquidity wick to the downside. And there's typically a lot of wicks to it or taps. In this case, there's not a lot of taps on some of these levels. They've just been significant sell pressure wicks, but these are the levels that we want to actually regain. So the first one we already wicked to on the upside swing, and we rejected off of it quite heavily back towards like the end or middle of like November. That first level is from our current, price that we're trading at on this chart, which is about like 1366 sats, which again, it's a very significant low. The first level is about 115% away. After that, almost 200%, followed by 300 and like almost 60%, followed by about 500%. And then the next one after that would be over 1,000% in terms of an upside move. And that would be going back to the July of 2021 lows. So if we're thinking about that, okay, on this chart, let's go back to the daily. So if we're thinking about that move, if we're doing a 1,000% move on the Bitcoin pair, now it always doesn't match. So we're not going to say, all right, well, that should be a 1,000% move on this chart too. Typically, it's a little bit more. So we would be looking at maybe potentially a 1,500% move to the upside target to retest the 2021, highs. Again, we don't know what's going to happen on the USD chart at that time, but I think it's a fair assessment to say that we will be trading over 10 cents if we do start to gain momentum on this Bitcoin pair and we go to retest those highs. But again, this is not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen in a week or a month. It's going to take a little bit of time to do that because, again, there's a lot of work to do here. There's a lot of recovery, but I have seen things happen very fast. And I think ADA is a perfect example of that. Also, Algorand is also another perfect example of that. Now, outside of this, what's been happening to, allow for this to potentially happen? Well, there's actually a lot of news happening around Casper right now. So we have here from the We Are Team Make, they put out a complete monthly roundup for the month of January, and we have quite the month for the Casper product suite, CVS integration to Casper Shopping, AliExpress integration to Casper.shopping as well. So CVS, huge integration. AliExpress, also a huge integration. Are these very big integrations? Like, are these huge announcements that are going to make Casper pump in such a massive way? Not exactly. All right. Just for like, if we're really looking at this in terms of full transparency, so we look at these integrations as it's good for the ecosystem, meaning you can shop on Casper.shopping at these retailers. And, if you use them, then you can get Casper back. It's great for Casper holders. if I'm using AliExpress or CVS, I'm not going to know about Casper unless I actually go to casper.shopping. So I just want to I want you guys to understand that, like, although these are good, they're not like huge announcements that are going to completely affect Casper in a big way. But it's good. It's good for the ecosystem. It's good for Casper holders themselves as well. And it also provides us with a little bit more utility for our Casper tokens. Now, on top of that, Casper.live did have two major releases, 1.27.3 and then 1.2724, which is great to see. A lot of building is happening around Casper.live. Then also Casper.cloud 1.5.0 released. Casper JS SDK v5.0.4 beta 2 got released as well, and then Casper Wallet v1.14.0 got released as well. And then also there was another integration for Casper.shopping. This is actually with Airways, Etihad Airways, which is good to see. Again, around all of this, it's mainly around Casper shopping, so Casper holders can use their Casper at these big shopping, places, if you will. CVS is a huge one in the US. I know that. AliExpress, I've used it in the past. Very good for like e-commerce and stuff like that. So again, if you are holding Casper, these are great, opportunities to use your Casper to get Casper back. But outside of that, the rest of these updates and upgrades around specific, ecosystem pieces like Casper.live, the cloud, or even the wallet and things like that, this is all actually supporting Casper 2.0, which we'll talk about. But I also want to talk about the CVS, AliExpress, and even the Etihad Airways. We know from Bring Web3, which is the main driver behind this, that there are going to be a lot of other retailers worldwide, soon to be more than 10K, that will cash you back with Casper. Get the Chrome extension, you'll be surprised. Again, this is mainly for Casper holders to earn more back, but it seems as though there's going to be a lot more integrations, which is very exciting stuff. But outside of this, let's go over here to Michael's post regarding Casper 2.0, because he was looking at a lot of these releases around like Casper Wallet, Casper JS SDK, and stuff like that. He even said more important building blocks for the Casper Network 2.0 launch, the JavaScript SDK fully compatible with Casper 1.x and 2.x as well. So it feels as though we're getting closer to the Casper 2.0 launch, which we're hoping it's by the end of Q1. Next up, we also have over here, and that's just a small subset of the updates. A full summary will be posted tomorrow. He's actually regarding, this is all regarding that Casper call that recently happened. Big shout out to Michael Keith for this. We have just got off the Casper call. Casper 2.0 incoming. Meme coin minting press incoming as well. AI Casper fully customizable and marketable AI agents also incoming. Never been more bullish. And yeah, I mean, listen, if we really look at this space, we know that there's been two big things happening around this space. Number one, the AI agent hype is growing significantly. We know that. On top of the AI agent hype, the made in the USA hype is also growing substantially. So if we are thinking about this, with all of this hype around these two areas, we really look at Casper, and does Casper have this? Well, number one, we know that the AI agent hype is starting to grow for Casper, but also on top of that, we know that the whole made in the USA sort of vibe is also it's kind of mixing in with Casper. For those that actually don't know, and Michael was a big player behind this, really kind of providing everyone with insight recently, we have Casper's origin has always been American. Both its initial incorporation as well as all of its founders, on an adverse, unclear regulatory landscape, Wyoming accepted, has pushed many projects out of the USA. With Senator Loomis in charge under real Donald Trump, all that can change. And yes, a lot has been changing around crypto in the US, and it seems as though we're now starting to put a focus on Casper's origins. And we even have over here that in October of 2018, Casper Network was founded near Casper, Wyoming, the state of the USA's most digital asset forward legislator and now chair of the Senate Subcommittee on Crypto, Cynthia Loomis. Global crypto leadership is coming home to its birthplace of Casper. So again, if we're thinking about this, Casper should technically be on that list of top made in America tokens, but it's not. But again, it's still technically, founded in in the US, which is very good to see. On top of that, by the way, in terms of like compliance and things like that, we know that Casper has always been at the forefront of being compliant and, you know, working with regulators. So that's also a big plus there. But at the end of the day, there's a lot going on here that we, you know, I barely scratched the surface. All right. There's a lot more that I could be mentioning here in terms of like lending and borrowing coming to the Casper network. There's a lot more to talk about, even with the AI agents and stuff like that. I'll keep you guys posted, but the main thing that I'm waiting for, and I think we've all been waiting for, is mainly just Casper 2.0. We want to see Casper 2.0 officially launch, because this is going to be a very big driver around Casper's success and also the future of Casper. But also, we know that that's most likely going to drive some more exchange listings for Casper, potentially Coinbase, potentially Binance. We don't know, but would be very exciting stuff. Even Kraken. I'll take Kraken. Kraken has been a massive exchange for this space. And if you guys don't know, Kraken is in the top 10. So we'll watch, wait, and see. But I do think that Casper does have a bright future. We'll, you know, see what happens towards the end of the cycle. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.